Yo, what's going on out there, everybody? Welcome to another brand new edition of, excuse me, the Shakeback Sports Show right here on the Big Game Christian Sports Network. It's your boy, Willie Epting Jr. Check it in, baby. Live, loud, and in color. You already know what time it is. It is the most wonderful time of the year because guess what? We have baseball. We have football. We have wrestling, we have tennis, we got it all. And who better to chop it up with than your boy right here on the Shakeback Sports Show than your boy Willie Epting Jr. to the dopest engineer in the solar system. Big Day, what's going on? Thank you for doing big day things. Thank you for doing dopest engineering things. And for sports fans all over the planet, man, I'm telling you right now, it is that time of the year where the calendar is about to flip to September. And you know the pigskin is in full effect. We're going to get to that here in just a second. We're going to talk a little NFL, but the majority of this first segment is going to be about America. Really, America? Really? Wow. Yeah, we're going to get to that. In the second and third segments, we have football player, women's professional football player, Kristen Aoke, Oeke. She's going to be joining us in the second and third segment, talking about her journey and how she actually got into football. So some very exciting stuff there. Before we do that, though, you know we got to do a couple things. Thank you guys out there for checking us out on Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, and of course, Twitter. 12,000 of them. That's what we're steaming towards. And we got a lot of exciting things coming down in the Shakeback Media Group. We actually, I'll save that for another time, but let's get to it. First of all, let me say this. I was nominated One God's Way, which is the parent company for the Big Game Christian Sports Network. I was nominated for 2 awards. One award was for the best tagline or catchphrase for anyone else on the network, and that was due to what I just said about Twitter. And then the other one was for the most improved personality on the network. So it got me to thinking, is it because, am I the most improved person or personality on the network because of this?
You absolutely, undoubtedly, unquestionably, 100% completely suck.
Or is it because of this?
What are you doing? You suck.
Or maybe it's because of this.
You're simply the best. Better than all the rest.
I would like to think that it was the third one. So thank you guys out there for all of your support and being a big part of the reason why I was nominated for that award and ultimately won it. I'm so very excited and so very thankful to all of the other nominees on the network. Congratulations for your nomination. And it's truly a testament to how much we have all grown in this business that we love and that we're continuing to try to make our mark in this industry. So thank you for all of the support out there. Okay, so let's get to some stuff here that we need to get to. This first segment is being brought to you by the Big Game Christian Sports Network. And that's right, baby. Football tonight, it is back, or actually it is back. Around the corner and back. Intense high school football action is right around the corner, and it is here as football tonight will return on August 25th with the Crowley Eagles looking to start the season off as they try to unfeather and depuck the Hawks of Birdville on BGCSN1, and the Dunbar Wildcats are looking to maul the Wilmer Hutchins Eagles. It's going to be a bad night for the Birds. Also on August 25th on BGCSN2. 2 teams, 2 stations, twice the intense action. For schedules and times, go to bgcsports.net. Once again, that is bgcsports.net. All right, so let's talk a little NFL real quick because, of course, the preseason is here. I have not been paying nearly as much attention to the preseason as I probably would used to because the product absolutely is terrible. But what I want to say is the Baltimore Ravens continue to be the Super Bowl champions of the preseason as they won their 24th straight preseason game in the second week, or I'm sorry, in the first week of the preseason. And who cares about that other than people like me, gas bags that like to talk about this stuff, but not really, because that's all I got to say about that. All right, we're going to continue on. We're going to continue on talking about the quarterback rooms in each division. I last left off, I believe it was with the AFC North. So we're going to pick up there. The Cincinnati Bengals with Joe Burrow, and of course, Deshaun Watson in Cleveland. And then you have in Pittsburgh, Kenny Pickett. And then, of course, in Baltimore, you have Lamar Jackson, the aforementioned Baltimore Ravens. This probably has the best set of quarterback rooms in the entire NFL. And when you look at it from the standpoint of what Deshaun Watson was before all of the stuff that happened down in Houston with the alleged sexual assault, how great he was, people were pegging him to be easily the second or third best quarterback in the NFL at that point in time 2 years ago. The Browns are hoping that he gets back to that with the guaranteed money that they signed him to. You have to understand that 50% of 100% of what Deshaun Watson was is not enough. 75% of 100% of what Deshaun Watson was is not going to be enough. And then, of course, you have Kenny Pickett with the Pittsburgh Steelers, who everybody seems to be sleeping on. I'm not, because that Pickens to Pickett, that Pickett to Pickens combination, of course, as wide receiver George Pickens from Tennessee, they are quietly making their mark as one of the better combinations in the AFC. And then, of course, we have Joe Burrow. We know what he's done. A lot of people are picking him to win the MVP award this year, contingent upon the strained calf that he suffered really in the first, I want to say it was the first practice of training camp. Then you have Lamar Jackson, who has all the new toys in Baltimore with OBJ and Flowers and all the rest, and some of the old toys that he had with Andrews and J.K. Dobbins. I'm looking at it like this. I'm a little worried about Cincinnati because of the Burrow thing. Now, they're saying that it's not that serious. But when you're not getting the repetitions in camp and in preseason and during the week in practice, that's going to throw off your timing. And we saw that with Burrow last year when he was recovering from the appendectomy. Deshaun Watson, the jury is still out on him. Of course, I do a show up in Cleveland, Her in the Huddle with Rachel Hill and Kate Arhar and sometimes Brandy Fairfax. And the post in Cleveland regarding Deshaun Watson is, we need to wait and see. They actually got him some new weapons as well. So I think for him, a full offseason, we'll see market improvement there. Kenny Pickett, like I said, he may be the fourth best quarterback in the division, but that is not a knock on his play or his ability at all. So I'm going to rank the quarterback rooms as such. I'm going to go Joe Burrow or the Cincinnati Bengals. I'm going to go the Baltimore Ravens. I'm going to go the Cleveland Browns. And then bringing up the rear will be the Pittsburgh Steelers. And like I said, I believe that the AFC North has the best quarterback room for sure in the AFC, if not all of football. So we're going to continue to break down the quarterback rooms as we move forward until the regular season. And oh, by the way, be on the lookout. We got 3 NFL season preview super shows. The first one will be on August 31st. The second one will be September the 2nd. And then the final one will be September the 5th. And I got a lineup of guests and family members that's going to come on here, and we're going to break this thing down, and we're going to have some fun doing it. So be on the lookout for that. Those will all air live on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and of course, LinkedIn. And then you'll be able to hear it on iTunes, Spotify, Google Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcast material. So that's going to be a lot of fun. Also, I want to throw this in here because I got to get to the whole topic of this first segment. And of course, that is Really America? Really? Sharon Holly and I, she is an esteemed political figure, not necessarily a politician, but she is a political figure. And she is very passionate about civil rights and equal rights. We have a show that is called Let's Be Civil, But let's be real. We're going to unveil that real soon. And we're going to be talking about all things. We're going to be talking about all things equal rights, all things civil rights, and all things current events. That's going to be a fire show. Okay, let's get to this. America, really. So history continues to be made with the 45th president of the United States of America. He was just indicted again in Georgia for election tampering, election whatever. We know the nuts and bolts of it, along with 18 other people that have also been indicted. Here's the thing that I want to ask, because this is not about, again, this is not about political correctness. This is not about black or white or Republican or Democrat or conservative or liberal. This is about what's right or wrong. Okay, this is my question. Donald Trump is facing nearly 100 felony charges across the United States of America: Florida, New York, Georgia, DC. Okay, and he is the front runner. Let me say that again. He is the front runner for the highest office in the free world, the president of the United States for the Republican side. Now, here's some questions that I want to ask. Have you, and please, you can hit me on Twitter at Shakeback Media Group, SHK, BK, MEDIA, GRP on Twitter. Please hit me there. Here's some questions I want to ask. Have you ever had to fill out an application before? Have you ever had to submit a resume for a job that you wanted? Have you ever actually applied for a job that you were not even qualified for? Have you ever filled out an application and the questions on the application cater to your experience, your personal information, and of course, if you have had any criminal activity in your life? And that question, ladies and gentlemen, kind of goes a little bit like this. Have you ever been indicted or convicted for any crime or any felony other than minor traffic violations? Those questions are on applications, job applications, or what have you. And if you look at it from the barest bone standpoint, Donald Trump has to fill out an application again to become the nominee for the Republican Party, and ultimately for him and his followers, again, the president of the United States. But that's a question that should be on the application, right? So we already know the answer to the question is yes. And of course, they give you a few extra lines on the application to say, if your answer is yes, please explain. Well, we know that Donald Trump would have to explain, but it would take more than just a few lines. It's going to take a whole nother page or 2 or 3 or 30 in order for him to explain all of the indictments that he is facing. But here's my question. If you are a hiring manager, if you are an HR person, I'm talking to my corporate people out there that are watching and will be listening to this. I'm talking to you guys. I'm talking to my team leaders, supervisors, all of that. If you have an application that comes across your email or across your desk, and you're skimming through the application and you see where this person has been charged and indicted 4 different times on felonious counts, are you really making that call to bring them in for an interview? Are you really making that call to bring them in to be a part of your organization? I need honesty. I need transparency. I need truth. And it's a legitimate question. So for everybody that falls into that category that I just mentioned, if you're a voter in the United States and you are one of those people that are in that category, why does it have to be different for this guy? And he's running for the presidency of the most economically efficient, I should say economically efficient, but the richest, most powerful democracy on the entire globe. So if a person that fits into that category that has all of these indictments, and a call would not even be made to secure an interview to allow them to the possibility of become a part of your organization, how in the world is it that a person, whether he is the president, former president, nominee or not, why is it that the same person with the same criteria and the same characteristics and the same baggage is able to continue to be the front runner for for one of the two major political parties in the United States? I got a problem with that. Come on back on the other side of the break. We got Kristen. We're going to talk some football. Hashtag, nope, Shake Back Sports Show, Big Game Christian Sports Network. Y'all coming back and holler at us.